And now we are live. Are we live?
Yes, we
We
are.
are live.
Live.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and other wherever you are at the moment, and good evening here in United Kingdom, as well as in other parts of Europe. And welcome to our another episode of Nursepreneur in Action. And this is our another episode. Actually, is a continuation of our sharing on the book, the different chapters of the book of Joyce Meyer's book entitled was it again? Never Give Up. It's a very very good book. It's very another inspiring book that we're going to share to everyone. So by the way, my name is Leia. I am a full-time registered nurse. And at the same time, I am a part-time digital business owner and mentor. So I have here the lovely ladies who are also nurse. Would you mind to introduce yourself? Would you like to start, Wendell?
Okay, yes, good evening, everyone. And it's been pleasure again to be here and see you, lovely ladies. My name is Windel, and I'm a nurse at the same time, an entrepreneur or digital entrepreneur. And at the same time, I'm a pro women. So I would like to encourage or motivate people. That's me. So yeah, back to you, Leia.
Thank you. How about you, Thea?
Oh, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Thea. I am a nurse as well and a part-time digital business owner. Why are we here? I'm a mentor as well, just like my other business partners in here. We would like to, inspire other people out there, and just help them out if they wanted to do a side hustle on top of their main jobs. So that's the thing. So thank you, Leia.
Thank
Back
you.
to
And
you.
last but not the least, Miracel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Miracel. I am also a nurse and an online business owner. I help with the coaching and I personally mentor people who wanted to change their lives to live more fruitfully via digital entrepreneurship. I'm married and I have two fast growing kids. And yeah, we basically all wanted to own our time. That's why we're doing this. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, true, true. That's very true. We are all nurses, and our side hustle is a owning a digital business, and all started this from the scratch because we don't have any experience. So, yeah. We're not going to discuss that at the moment because tonight we're going to discuss the remaining chapter of Joyce Meyer's book. So for the past week, this is our third week, isn't it, discussing this book. So we already discussed chapter 1 to chapter 6. So tonight we'll discuss chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this as every for everyone's knowledge, Joyce Myers is a American Christian charismatic author, and she writes some inspirational books. And her book is a powerful mix of God's words and some inspiration. And she relates some of the, and especially this book, Never Give Up, because she illustrates on her book about her experience, and she relates it to the word of God. So let's start and learn once again. And tonight I'll be starting the sharing. So I'll be discussing chapter 7 and entitled "Never Give Up on What Is Important to You." So while reading this chapter 7, which entitled "Never Give Up on What's Important to You," I've noticed that Joyce Meyer's what I did I've noticed that while reading I read about the story of Nehemiah, the story about reconstructing the Jerusalem wall, a very ancient Jerusalem wall, but was so destroyed. So he was asked by God, our dear God, to reconstruct it. So while doing this reconstruction, he um what's the word now, he encountered so many challenges. He encountered great odds, a storm of great opposition. He's so ridiculed and intimidated, but he persevered. He overcame the opposition, but and he exhibit determination. He persevered to finish the goal that God has asked him to do, because this is this and through prayers as well, he managed to accomplish the project. And also, while doing this project, he never gave up, and he responded to all the attacks with like the anger, the rage, the criticism, everything that come along this way was what does not deter or wither his determination to finish the project. And also, while doing this project, he prayed and he asked God to deal with them, because he knows that God is our defender. And when Nehemiah accomplished the project God called him to do, this resulted to this resulted to which the people renewed their faith, and they were so excited about the future. So this story was so amazing. It's because no matter what the struggles, no matter what the storm that has Nehemiah has encountered while reconstructing the Jerusalem wall, he never gave up, and he never stopped praying and relying on God's assistance. So while reading this chapter, the first line that I've noticed, the first line on these chapters was a question. So if the question is, what is important to you and what really matters to you? So we all know that different things are important to different people. So this chapter shows that um, Nehemiah, that he really never gave up on the important project that called him to do. So no matter what he do, he did not only seek God but also rely on God, and he never stopped to persevere until he accomplished God's project. And on our endeavor, if we relate this to our life, on our endeavor to what is important, we will experience setbacks or crisis situation, big or small, on our personal or professional life. We will also experience some setbacks. We will experience some criticisms. We also experience some storm along the way, and some skepticism, some even anger that about our endeavor, about while will do our endeavor. So whatever happened, so Joyce Meyer's advice that just stand through that storm, hold your peace, and keep doing what you believe in your heart to be right and important. But and also work. Never forget to work your heart and mind. Be determined. Fight. Don't fear, and persevere, and take your weapon to work. And the best weapon to have is through this situation is prayer, because prayer is so important. So this is my take on this chapter. So whatever is important to you, never give up, because if you were give in to any distractor, you will never succeed. So that's my take on this chapter. So yeah, and the next person who will discuss the chapter 8 is, oh, I forgot. Is it Thea or Miracel?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, chapter 8
Say-
is
Oh, Thea,
mine.
sorry. Before you, let's say hello to Sherry and Leia. She's watching.
Oh yeah, hello Sherry Ann. Let me
Um,
hello Sherry Ann. Thank you so much. Join us one day.
I don't know if you ladies know her. She's Leia's mentor.
Yeah, she's my mentor. Thank you for watching.
Hi, Shurian. So
Thank
it's my
you.
my turn now.
Yes,
My
it's your.
takeaway. So, hello guys. So my chapter 8 is actually the keys to success. So there are four keys apparently that has been uh, shared by Joyce Meyer, four keys to success apparently. So the first one is the commitment. Second one is determination. The third one is waiting on the Lord. And the fourth one is taking time to be refreshed and renewed. So Joyce Meyer said that if these character traits and habits will be, incorporated in our daily life, in our make it as a routine for us, then it will keep us from moving forward and not giving up, and it will help us move towards our success in life. And success is, in all areas of your life. So the first one is the commitment. So what is commitment? I think we all heard, this word all the time. Be committed. Um, all of us are married. We are committed to our husbands and everything. So Joyce Meyer said that it is being staying steady and strong throughout the course of our lifetime, and the kind of commitment that follows through even when times get tough, and even when you feel alone or rejected, or when circumstances look bad. It's for us not to give up, no matter what. And sometimes, we encountered struggles. We become restless, and only God wants us to take us to the next level, making us more responsible. And the way to respond all this restlessness and the struggles in our lives is for us to keep our thoughts clear and our emotions calm, because most of the time, chances are, these things, there's nothing seriously wrong about it at all. And we might have been, like taking it so, um, in how we're coping it is just we're taking it so serious that, on the other hand, it's really not really that serious. It's just the way how we take it in. And it just only teaches us how to be stronger and become more mature. And we have to commit through this process, because every one of us has to go through this process. And God wants us, God has compared us to an eagle. We've discussed so many times about an eagle, how they are firstly committed, on what they wanted to pursue. And just like us, we have to dedicate ourselves to God, and just to tell us that, God has more for us in store. And that the reality in life is that you just will need to be very, very committed. So the next one is determination. So what is determination? So Joyce Meyer said, determine means to settle a dispute by an authoritative decision or a pronouncement. So she said that sometimes the best way to overcome temptation is to actually talk through it, to ourselves, that we can get through it. In God's mercy, we're able to get through all those struggles that we have. And she said also that we actually have to settle a dispute between our flesh and the spirit. And the flesh, according to Joyce Meyer, is a gambler, and the spirit is an investor. And as you follow the Holy Spirit and His leading in your heart, you will actually invest in tomorrow by making the right choices of today. And I just want to quote a gospel passage. This is from Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the desires of the flesh are opposed to the spirit, and the spirit are opposed to the flesh. For these are antagonistic to each other, continually withstanding and in conflict with each other. Did you understand what it meant, my business partners? It says, for the desires of the flesh are opposed to the spirit, and the spirit are opposed to the flesh. For these are antagonistic to each other, continually withstanding and in conflict with each other. I'm going to set an example. Like, like us, I know we're sending, money back home or just helping out somebody else. And in our heart, which is, the spirit, that's the right thing to do because we are helping other people, we are helping our family. But then um, at the back, sometimes, you know, uh, it will come into your, the flesh that Joyce Meyer is referring is like it will going to say to you, why are you helping, these people? They're not doing anything for you. You don't owe them anything, just like that. So apparently we all throughout our lives we will encounter all those things, those um those opposing things will going to happen all throughout our lives. And Joyce Meyer said that um as long as you are yielding to the spirit, you've got the guidance, um to get through it. And um and I think that's it for that topic. And then waiting on the Lord is the third one. um Waiting on the Lord, I guess it's probably quite straightforward. Success for us doesn't happen, in one night. It might take years and everything like that. But you have God's time is the right time. We always say that, and it's the best time for us. And as long as we are committed to God's plan in our lives, we'll get through it. And being in God's time, it actually simply means just spending more time with Him, being in His presence, meditating with Him, and worshiping Him, and keeping Him the center of our lives. And Joyce Meyer have actually described it as just like, when as a braided, like when you're braiding hair, that they are the hair is intertwined together. That's how she describes to have a relationship with God, that we should be intertwined and tightly woven together with our relationship with God. And waiting doesn't mean we are doing on a passive side of it, but it's an active participation. It's active. We're having an active participation spiritually. And and an intimate relationship with God will only strengthen, our innermost part of our being as well. It will strengthen our heart, and will carry through in during hard times in our lives. And last but not the least is the renewal. What Joyce Meyer is saying about the renewal is that it's not what's happening, physically, like what's gonna happen. What are you saying, in front of the person or anything, but what's happening internally, within you. Um, we live in a body, but we are all of us are spiritual beings. So if you keep your spirit strong, then it will make your body, your mind, and your emotions and your decisions in positive ways. Um, that's why God compares us to an eagle with this, because there were times that we feel weak, we feel discouraged, we probably encountered a family member have hurt us, or someone we trusted betrayed us. Those kind of situations, when we encounter them, sometimes we feel that we wanted to quit, but then that's the time that we really have to be renewed and have a really close relationship with God at those times. And when God only wants us to give Him, He's not asking for a lot of time, but He's only asking a small portion of your time, just to give it to Him. And it's like an undivided attention to Him. And even just a minute or so, it doesn't require you to um, give Him too much of your time, only a little. But then it's just a spare time. He's not asking you to do a lot. But then having those kind of moments with Him, it will bring restoration and refreshment. And we will find ourselves making better decisions, and we are displaying God character with ease. Um and I think yeah, that's all I could I have my takeaway with this chapter. And I think just the last thing, Joyce Meyer said that in your pursuit of success, remember to be committed, determined, and wait for the Lord and renew your strength. As you do, you will be empowered to keep going and never give up. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Leia.
They Thank you, Thea. Yeah, it shows that our determination and our commitment is so important for our success, and also how much you can accomplish when you align yourself with the will and the plan of God. So it's so important as well. So thanks, Thea. And the next lady who's going to discuss chapters 9 is Miracel.
Hello,
Floor
hello.
is you now.
We have plenty of viewers. Yeah. Um, Someone from Spain? Host, do you want to say hello to them?
Yes, hello, Rose. Well, thank you so
Hi,
much for your
Rose.
time.
Thank
And
you.
Smarna from Germany. Thank you, thank you. And the next one is Emily from Canada. Yeah, it's
Wow.
worldwide. Yeah,
It's all over the globe.
it's all over the
Hi,
globe.
Emily.
Really nice. Hello, thank you a lot. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, nice to see you all here, beautiful ladies. Well, I shall start with my chapter 9 of Never Give Up. So Thea has ended with the phrase never give up. So chapter 9, it's going to tackle about overcoming obstacles to success. This chapter has started with a really, really nice story, a simple yet very fascinating story about. I will share the story to you about a donkey and a farmer. So there's this donkey who fell into a deep well, and the farmer who owned the donkey have no idea how to get him out of the deep well. So the farmer kept on thinking on how he'll manage to rescue the donkey out of the well. Um, he carried on thinking, and the best solution that he can think of is, to call his friends, his farmer friends, to help him not rescue the donkey, but to cover the donkey with dirt, because he's reasoned out that the donkey is really old anyway. It will cost him a lot of trouble trying to get him out of the well. And so the other farmers that he called in arrived with their shovels, with their pala, and they have started to pitch dirt into the well on top of the donkey, with the aim of burying the donkey, because he thinks that it's no purpose for him anymore. So they started doing that, and of course at first the donkey began to make horrible noises for a while, and then suddenly the donkey went silent. So they all looked down into the well, and just to check what's going on, and guess what they saw? So each time they threw a shovel full of dirt into the well, the donkey simply shook it off and put the dirt under his feet instead of on top of him. So they kept doing that. They kept putting dirt into the well, trying to bury the helpless donkey, and he kept shaking off the dirt that they put on top of him. And as the farmers go along shoveling piles and piles of dirt to bury him, because, that's what they wanted, he tries to put it under his feet until it's tall enough to raise him out of the well. And then the donkey simply stepped out of the pile onto the level ground. So the moral of the story is, use the difficulties and the obstacles we face in life as stepping stones, even if it's seemingly impossible of a situation. So do not allow these problems bury you. Let us try our hardest to overcome it and make it work for us instead of against us. So imagine if the donkey just stood there and allowed the dirt to bury him, he would not have survived. But he was determined to get out of that pit, to get out of that deep well. And so every time, a shovel full of dirt landed on him, he just shook it off and climbed on top of it. And that made it possible for him to make his way out of the well. So we should be like the donkey. We should, try to use the challenges that we face and the adversities that we face, and turn it into something that could help us overcome the situation. So we already know from our previous books and chapters that success is not free. It is a result of hard work, patience, determination, sacrifices, and even creativity. So, they're trying to think of ways how to convert the circumstances or difficulties we're facing to our advantage. Like the donkey. Let's be like the donkey. I can make a meme out of it though. So this chapter has enumerated 7 main hurdles in life, 7 main hurdles to success. I can't say it properly. Hurdle number 1, the temptation to quit. So it says on the book that the temptation to quit is part of being human, but giving into it is equal to giving up. It's kind of similar to our alibis that we mostly use when venturing into something, or when we're about to start something, or even when we are right in the middle of something. Like the phrases, it's like, this is too difficult. Another one is, I'm not qualified to do this, or I have no one to help me. I don't have the money to do this, or I'll never be able to finish this, or my friends and family think I'm crazy for pursuing this. Just like the things that plays on our head when we first started this digital business, and so many other alibis. So how many of us through our entire life has encountered or has used these words each time we come across some hiccups in life? I must admit that I have mostly used all of those excuses that I've mentioned in the past. So it's quite normal for us to say those words, to feel that way. But it's the giving up at the end that is going to count towards the success. In the book, hurdle number 2, it says personal problems. So this is quite similar to what Thea has mentioned last week. When you mentioned that when we are about to reach a certain milestone in life, or when we are about to accomplish something that we've wanted all throughout our life, when we are just an arm's length away towards success, something not so nice happens in life. So this is the plan of the enemy. The enemy is very good at giving up personal pain and difficult trials and hardships in life that would make us want to give up. And this is quite common, really. We hear, stories from other people that this happens. We become, even if we become so much closer to God, when we convert ourselves, when we commit ourselves more to serving God, quite a few personal challenges comes our way. And this is what they, as mentioned last week, is the work of the enemy, is the work of the devil. They're trying to snatch us away from the good way, they're running in the background. So it's mentioned in this chapter as well. Hurdle number 3, rejection. This again is very common. When people reject us, we stop, full stop. Yes, it hurts being rejected, but keep moving forward. No matter who disapproves or who tries to stop you, do not give up. Hurdle number 4, wanting too much too soon. So this is the being patient, enjoying the journey, or trusting the process. We always say, trust the process, embracing the preparation that we are taking through in order to have us prepared for success. Sometimes we feel that it's painfully slow going, right? Even with the business. But, this chapter is specifically saying that do not long for too much too fast, and instead be thankful every day that God is bringing growth, new opportunities, and development in our lives. Right? For example, I'd like to just always put an example towards the business that we're doing at the minute, because most of our viewers are doing the same business as we do. So we all do the same stuff. We all follow the same steps, the same training, but how come other people achieve success quite fast? How come they achieve milestones, quite quickly compared to such and such, or to us? It doesn't matter if we go on different speed. Do not compare. We do not know what everyone's circumstances were before they started with the business. We do not know how much hardships and problems this now successful people has experienced in the past. Maybe it's their time now to be successful after everything else that they have gone through life and after all the effort they have made in order to reach the top. So there's no point of comparing stories and, comparing the journeys. Let us just be thankful every day that God is bringing growth and expansion and new opportunities our way. For example, it's quite slow going for some of us. If you encounter that in your business, that's fine. Just think of the cons that you have received through all the experiences you've had all throughout the journey. Personality development, yeah, definitely. We've all admitted to, there's a lot of things going on that's changed in my life since I started the business. Our talking and listening skills, our tech skills, definitely, and our social media knowledge. It's quite amazing to learn all these different, techie bits. We have met many virtual friends, and we've been able to talk to many different types of people all across, the globe. And we are mostly confident talking in front of people now. We were never like this from before. And it opened up other opportunities for us. Say, for example, for myself, YouTube. I became a YouTuber. And it's another stream of income. See that? So maybe for some other people, that ventured into Instagram as well. And you can earn from Instagram too. You can become an influencer. I receive a lot of that currently, on my Instagram. If I wanted to be an influencer, I said, what influencer? With what? I don't have that many followers. And they keep sending me criteria. I don't need to have lots of followers. I said, I only have 266 followers. How am I going to be an influencer? And they sent me the criteria that I only needed my profile to be public, and it doesn't matter if I have little followers. it's the type of person I am that, they wanted their products to be exposed with. Maybe they look at the story, the photo story in your Instagram and say, oh, she's a mom, she's like this, she's like that, she has kids, and they gave me like, I forgot to tell you these stories, ladies, and they gave me like a list of the products that I could choose, and they will send me that, and then I'll have to promote that into my Instagram. But that's a different business. That's a different story, right? So a lot of other opportunities has turned up after, within the journey. So let's just be thankful for everything. Back to the book. Hurdle number 5, inconvenience. In today's world, we live with all many different innovations to make life easier. Everything that could make our way of living really quick. At home we have coffee makers, we have dishwashers, what else? Microwaves, electric water heaters, and we have lawn mowers instead of cutting the hedges manually. In the supermarkets, we can buy ready chopped onions and garlic. I'm so tempted to buy that, but I don't know if it tastes the same. Ready chopped stir-fry vegetables, right? And even no bake cakes. As far as I know, cakes are meant to be baked, but you can buy instant products outside. And also out and about, we have elevators, we have drive-throughs and escalators, everything that would make our life easy. Yes, it works, and it's making our daily routine easier. It can save us a lot of time, but we get addicted to the comfort and ease that it brings in our lives. And therefore, when we encounter hardships, even little hardships, we feel that it's way too much because we get used to, the instant fix that we have, we can easily get in life now. So when we're faced with a dilemma, we always wanted the easy way out, right? So hurdle number 6, jealousy. So this kind of similar to hurdle number 4, which is wanting too much too soon. And the example that was pointed out in the book was the author and her husband. They were both smokers and they were both trying to quit smoking. But her husband made it so easy. He's managed to quit smoking quite quickly, whereas the author has had a really tough time quitting smoking. And so she got jealous and she questioned things like, why is God's grace all being given to my husband that has managed to quit, and I'm really struggling to quit smoking? So that kind of thinking kind of grows in us, and we get jealous on towards other people's achievement. Hurdle number 7, selfishness. So according to the book, another obstacle to the pursuit of our goals is the fact that we can be selfish. If we wanted to be blessed and be successful, we're going to have to sacrifice our selfish wants at times. It's easy for the devil to talk us out of doing whatever we should be doing by appealing to our selfish desires. One good example here with our digital business is our first opt-in policy. Maybe some of the viewers who are business owners won't know much about this, but no matter how much time and effort we have put into convincing someone or giving information to someone, but if we're not the first opt-in, we cannot really claim for that action taker because it's the policy. We have to abide by the policy. It requires discipline and doing what is right, no matter how we feel about it, even if we feel like I've made too much effort, to explain things to this person. Therefore, that person should be mine. That person should be in my team. But we're not the first opt-in. We can't really do about it. So, please do not go under the table. Do not do anything illegal. And sometimes this will dishearten us or will make us lose our mojo, towards persevering the business or persevering whatever, dealings we have. Please do not feel that way. Just let it go. And you'll find out later on that you will be given with more and more blessings in many different forms. So, yeah, God did not build us for comfort. We are made and designed for adversity, and in such a way that the best comes out of us when we face hard situations, and then we will be going to experience joy and strength more sweetly. And we must remember that the only way you will ever be a failure is when you give up. So never give up. And I will finish with one of the nicest words that I've come across this chapter. It says there that success will not come easily, but it will come if we persevere. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maricel. Yeah, that's a very powerful take on the chapter as well. Yeah, there's whatever hardship, whatever hurdles that you have mentioned, there's always a way. It may not be easy, it may not be convenient, but there's always a way as long as you keep on keeping on. Don't refuse to give up because Jesus is the way and he will find you a way where doesn't seem to be one. So, yeah, thank you so much, Maricel. And the next person, the last but not the least, is Windel. So take Windel.
Hello. Yes, thank you very much, Leia. Now it's my chapter 10 that I'm willing and happy to share with, especially this evening. And the title of that is about testimony begins with a test. I'm sure every one of us has our own testimonies to share. In layman's term, we have our own stories to tell, we have our own stories to share. And obviously, when when we have the testimony, obviously there's always a test that is attested to it. So for example, a successful person is not considered a successful person once he hasn't or she hasn't been tested. Yeah, so now let's discuss about these tests. Tests is about trying to test us, or tests and trials, or trials could be try us, which means these tests and trials will reveal the character in us. The second point about the test, it's about get over being offended test, which is known as bitterness, resentment, on our forgiveness test. However, on this get over offended test, we must learn how to forgive. Okay? We must learn how to forgive. In Matthew 18, verse 21 to 23, it says we need to forgive up to 70 times 7. So if we're going to calculate that, how much would it be? That is 490. No, but it doesn't say that it should be like that. This is only a figurative, which means we need to forgive people as much or as many as we can. And being said that, we have to remember that we need to tell ourselves, I refuse to be bitter, I refuse to be angry, and I refuse to be offended. So those are the things in order for us to counteract this get over offended test. The third one, it's about the Judas test, Judas kiss test. We all know that Jesus was betrayed by a kiss of Judah. I'm sure everyone remembers that. It's a Judas kiss. However, love once as well will betray us, isn't it? Sometimes people will try to hug us, give us a cuddle, but behind our back, they are talking something, against us. And that is how life is. So, even though Jesus suffered from that betrayal, he still forgives Judas. And I'm sure he did. Because he is a love of God and he is a God of forgiveness. Number 4 is about the motive test. What is your motive really? What is our motive why we are doing this? What is our motive why we are sharing these learning experiences that we have? So on this test, it says never agree to do something in order to impress people or because you fear what others think. Okay? So look at our personal motive. Is it um, um, bad or is it a good one? And number five, it's the unlovely test. It's really hard to love those unlovables, isn't it? Especially if we hated them so much. So, loving the unlovables, people who grated us or who grate our nerves, people who we would rather not interact with. It's really difficult, but sometimes if we're going to look at how life should be, sometimes we have to make sure that we still accept them, we still love them in spite of what they are. And number six is about the test of time. The test of time says we should be passionate in following Him, not allowing ourselves to become lukewarm. We remain stable in our attitudes and actions. It doesn't mean that I will only follow you, Lord, within 6 months. I will only follow you today because you have given me the blessings for today. And then the following morning, because we've been so blessed yesterday, we forget Him. But human nature, isn't it? Sometimes it's because we are so blessed, we forget to pray, we forget how to be thankful. So, what is the test of time in that? So, no matter what we are doing, no matter what we are going through, we still have to remain stable and faithful in Him. So, one of the takeaway that I could share that resonates me most is about accepting challenges to accelerate victories. And remember that every successful people have gone through different trials. And this is the most powerful part that I'm going to share. It's about placing your faith in God opens the door for Him to work miracles out of messes. My life is a mess, and I'm sure all are messes in life. Okay, we mess up into something, we mess up into family, career, relationships, but only God who can give us the miracles. So that's my take on this chapter. Thank you very much, ladies.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's all powerful. Everyone's discussion is so powerful, and as if you've noticed, everyone, that as what they mentioned earlier, that Joyce Meyer's book is a powerful mix of God's words and His and inspirations. And as you notice, everyone mentioned about not giving up. In order to succeed, there's so many hurdles, there's so many hardships. As long as you persevere, as long as you are determined and committed to reach your goals, and also God is always there for us to guide us. And I have to leave one note about it as well, that someone said that God is wonderfully persistent too. He will never give up on you. So which is really true. So as long as you don't give up, because God will not give up on us as well. So yeah. And thank you so much, lady. That was so wonderful. I love all the discussion. They're also motivating and inspiring. So before we're gonna say goodbye, who wants to invite for anything, like for YouTuber out there, Maricel and Wendell?
Wow. Okay, I'll go first this time. So, yes, my business website is flashed on your screen, www.mirasolrupak.com. Just go visit that site and get registered, so you get an invite link to our free webinar, which we hold every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So for those in the UK, that will be 1 a.m. the following day, Wednesdays and Fridays. But don't worry, we have replays on the last episode, so you don't have to attend live, because I know the time is not very convenient for those living in Europe. And also, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Four in a Tribe. It has got some content about the online business and some interviews there in relation to the online business that I do, and some family videos as well, and the things that we like to do as a family, because, I keep on sharing that I do this business for my family, for my kids, and for my loved ones. So they're all together in there. So just have a browse. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And I'm sure it's me. Okay. I would like to invite everyone as well. If you wanted to learn more about this online business, you can register for free by using your email and your full name. Under my website, it's www.windelonline.net. And at the same time, please follow me on my YouTube channel. It's called Designers of Life, because I do believe that we all have the power to design the life that we want. You have to remember that we all have the same brains, but we should know how to use them. So that's my so that's my
Harsh.
unforgettable say.
Pagka-harsh siya.
Yeah, but you know what? Where did I take that? It's because from Ben Carson, he is a surgeon who divided the first Siamese twin in the world, in the world of, science. And he said he believed that we all have the same, the brain. It's only how are we going to use them.
True.
That and I always remembers that. So whatever we do in life, we have to remember we are all the same. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, any invites, invitation.
Oh, so we're live tonight again. So it's Thursday. Before we forget, so we've got a live information session. As what Maricel said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning in UK. So um, you can watch it. You can watch the replay if it's difficult for you to watch the live online workshop, and it's early hours in Asia, I think, isn't it? 8 o'clock in the morning, I think, in the Philippines. 5 p.m. Pacific time. So just adjust your time zone accordingly. So if you wanted to learn how to become a digital business owner and mentor people as well all over the world, so this might be the business you are looking for. This is a legitimate business. And what else can I say? This is not a quick rich scheme. So if you're, you know, expecting to have an overnight results, then this is not for you. Um, just so you're gonna get the access, this is not for you. So am I being harsh as well? So Mirabel might tell me off again
Pagka-harsh
that
tayo
I'm
ng
being harsh. No, I'm just being honest. So if you're expecting an overnight result, then this is
Okay
not for
lang.
you.
True, true, really true.
So just you can log in, you can register on the websites that are shown on the screen. So feel free to, register to whoever you wanted to register on the websites. And just you can just put your first name, an email address, and then it will direct you to the replay of the previous webinar. But then we'll send you a link to attend the live online workshop. So hope to see you in the inside.
Yeah, thanks, Taya. Yes, please check this out. Check our webinar live workshop, because we love to help you to have this online business that you can do from the comfort of your home, and this is global, so it can reach so many people around the world. And we're definitely we are not here not to earn, but also to help thousands of hardworking individuals to have another source of income, because it's the way to go now. It's all digital now. So just hop on and check it out. And before I'm gonna say goodbye, I want to say thank you to Judy from US. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. And yeah, lovely ladies, anything to share more before we're gonna say goodbye? Final last word on our topic tonight.
Oh, on our topic, I'm just
On
gonna
our
say,
on our on our discussion.
hindi ka na eh, no? I like your heart, Thea.
I think it suits on our topic tonight. Oh, this
Wow,
one.
the heart of your shit.
Yeah, I know. This one. Yeah, just
So,
keep the faith. Keep moving towards your dreams. And yeah, just believe, the Lord is working behind you.
Just
Yes,
never give
indeed.
up.
Never give
yeah,
up.
Never give up.
never give up and refuse to say no way because there's always a way. That's
Yeah.
it, everyone. Thank you and good night. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night and
Thank
enjoy the rest
you.
of your night or your day. Bye bye.